Member on the House Homeland Security Committee and a former prosecutor in El Paso, Texas. Congressman, good to have you with us today. I want to start with this soundbite from the Arizona Attorney General. He's also a Senate candidate, Mark Brnovich, on the president's border crisis from last night on Fox. Watch this.
People crossing the border illegally, refugees, possible terrorists coming across the border is a crisis in Afghanistan where the Biden administration can spend taxpayer dollars. But here on the southern border, President Biden and Cartel Kelly don't give a damn. And it should offend every American taxpayer that we're going to spend millions of dollars in Afghanistan to secure their border while the cartels control our border and terrorists and criminals are coming across.
What do you think of this analogy between the southern border and the way that we're working on the borders in Afghanistan to protect the borders from, more Taliban infiltration to the north? Tell me what your thoughts are on that.
Yeah, he's spot on. Listen, the southern border is a sieve. Last month alone, we had 220,000 people apprehended at the border and a very significant number more that got away. And we had drugs coming across in record numbers. Fentanyl seized this year alone enough to kill every American man, woman, and child 6 times over. It's a mess at the southern border, and he's right. They seem to be paying more attention around the Afghan borders than they are around anything else at the southern border. And the border was a crisis before Afghanistan, and now with Afghanistan and the number of known and suspected terrorists that have been apprehended this year alone at the border is going to be compounded significantly by the fact that the terrorists now know of the vulnerability, and they're running amok in Afghanistan without us being there.
Yeah. I also think it's an interesting point that was raised in Jonathan Hunt's piece about how President Biden, when we talked about the border during the debates, the presidential debates, he said, there's a smarter way to do this. We're going to ramp up our technology on the border. We're going to make sure that it's safe through those measures. We don't need a physical wall, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, but, we can do it with technology. What are we seeing in terms of that plan and how it's playing out?
That's not manifesting itself in a budget request, and it's certainly not manifesting itself with the prioritization of Homeland Security. They seem to be more intent on getting people from the border into our communities all across the country than they are about having technology on the border. They don't want to have a secure border. They want to let these people come in. And let's not forget, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. The vast majority of people coming across are not vaccinated, and these border towns are really suffering because of it. And to think that they're letting these people be disseminated into our communities without being properly tested or just getting them out of the border communities quickly for the sake of getting them away from the border communities into our interior of our country is really scary. And so, no, they're not prioritizing the technological aspects at all.
That's a great point. It's tough to get here from Europe, but it's not that tough because of COVID, because they're checking. So you have to be consistent. If you're going to do that, then you also have to have the same policy at our other borders as well. John Katko, Congressman, thank you. Good to have you here today.
Sure thing.